This is Mike Sullivan. I'm a former IRS agent and teaching instructor. Welcome to my YouTube station. It's the home of the 5-minute or less video. I worked at IRS for a decade. I've been in private practice for a decade. Me and my M&M man give you a thumbs up for listening. This ain't going any more than 5 minutes. Anyway, I have a whole team of former IRS agents that look on me. I'm a frequent visitor on national TV about IRS matters. You can look at me and my team at 777irs.com. You can see my videos and my team of former IRS agents there. I do these videos for 3 reasons: to educate you, to inform you, and really more than anything to make sure you don't get ripped off. What I want to talk to you today about is what happens. What happens, in fact, if your tax return gets changed. And what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to pull the letter up for you. IRS will send you a CP11 notice, and that notice is going to say that we made changes to your returns because we believe there is a miscalculation. So what do you do when IRS changes your return? As a former IRS agent and having my practice, I get a lot of calls because of tax returns that have been changed by IRS. Here's what you really need to do. You need to take your tax return and lay it out and then look at what IRS says that they're changing. I hate to tell you, but most of the time IRS is going to be right. I very rarely see IRS making a mistake in changing those, but that doesn't mean that you don't look into this, because you should. I did have a case last week, and matter of fact, that IRS in fact had made an error. So what you need to do is you need to go ahead, like I said, pull your return out, look at the IRS change, and you need to follow up on this. You can't just say, well, I'm right, I'm not going to do anything about this. You either need to follow up by calling the Internal Revenue Service or following the instructions that are there. How this all happens is that IRS has really good systems of checks, balances, algorithms, and their tax returns now, their process, their computer systems do a great job of matching up. If you don't report 1099s or W-2s or anything like that, IRS is going to send out that CP11 number notice, and IRS's computer system is now very sophisticated. Believe it or not, about 5 years ago, you probably wouldn't have got this notice, but IRS has invested a lot of time and effort to make sure that they find these errors on returns. So remember, if in fact this has happened to you, follow up with the letter. Usually these aren't big cases to work. You usually don't need a firm to get involved. I'm telling you, you can usually do this for free unless it's a huge case. Just go ahead, like I said, check your return, what IRS said your return, or when IRS said your return is wrong, you call the IRS, but make sure more than anything you follow up, because IRS is not going to let that go. They're going to send a series of 5 bills to you after that, and they are going to make sure that they collect their money on it. Make sure you let IRS know if you're wrong. Thank you very much for listening to the video. If this video was important or you found it good, would you leave me a subscription? I would appreciate it. Thank you so very much. I appreciate it.